Who's on there?
Diane Kenny.
Hi, Diane.
So,
Hi.
the order and the pledge of allegiance. Nicole, would you be the flag bearer, please? All right. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and I'd like a motion to adopt the
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
agenda.
It's not.
Yeah.
This is here.
7:37.
Okay, Susan made the motion, who seconds? Netta seconds. We are using the agenda from the July 8th meeting. Not that there's any difference from the usual one, but just for the record, because we didn't have a quorum for the July 8th meeting, this special meeting is really going to be our monthly board meeting. So, all those in favor of adopting the agenda? All right, it's a unanimous.
And who seconded that?
Me, Netta,
Netta.
yeah. Do you have the minutes?
The minutes were presented online to everybody.
Okay.
Everyone looked them over, a couple of,
Yep,
changes,
small things,
small things, comments and such. So
yeah.
anyway, everybody has had a chance to look over the, minutes, so I would like to, move that we adopt, dispose of the minutes of the previous meeting, the, June.
No, was it June? Yes, you're right,
Yeah.
June, or July.
Yeah.
Sorry about
I
that.
haven't done July yet.
No.
For June, meeting. So
We-
I make a motion that we adopt the minutes or accept the minutes from the June.
A
meeting.
second? All right, Susan seconds, all in favor? All right, the minutes for June are presented and passed. Public comment? Any public comment? No, Joanne, you don't want to say anything?
But I don't remember, I can't remember. Oh, I'm having my yard sale on October 5th.
All
And
right,
if it rains, there's no rain date. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
So-
Oh, I had my first movie under the tent.
What's that?
Movies under the,
On the
movies
10th.
on the lawn.
Who's
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yes, movies on the lawn.
The 10th.
Yeah,
My first and only.
75 people.
And my last, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a great event, yeah.
Thank you, and yes.
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it was a great turnout. It was,
This
nice.
week is the Lion King.
this Friday is the Lion
Really?
King.
Oh.
I wish I could come, I've never seen it.
Oh, wow.
wow.
It's a good movie.
I don't
Yeah.
have children.
I don't have children or grandchildren.
Oh, it doesn't
Oh.
matter.
I've
That's
never,
Yeah.
really good.
I've never
That's a
seen
really
any
good movie.
kids in it in its entirety either.
It's a
That's
great-
okay.
That's all right. No love lost there.
Good soundtrack.
Or
That's
the
the one,
sound of
isn't it?
music for that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lion King on Broadway is spectacular,
Mm.
absolutely spectacular.
Well, our show is
You go to
canceled,
Disney.
maybe I can get the family to come.
There you go. All
You know
right.
what? Treat them. What's your treat?
And just send them, is that what?
I feed them.
Okay, director's report.
Okay, so yeah, lots of exciting things as usual. Chalk Night was a success. That's our annual kickoff for our summer reading programming. We had over 150 people attend between children and parents, so it was a really phenomenal turnout. We did things slightly differently this year where we delayed the signing up of the summer reading program, and we started it the week of Chalk Night, which I thought was really great because it kind of gave more value to Chalk Night. Not that Chalk Night isn't amazing, but like it gave people more of a reason to come, like, oh, I got to send my kid up for summer reading, you know? So we really saw that. That was really great. Children's department did a phenomenal job. It was a nice hot day, but there were plenty of things to do around the driveway. So it was great. Movies on the lawn, 75 people. It was nice. What I liked about it was a mixture of library regulars, but a lot of people I didn't recognize. So a lot of families that heard about it from somewhere, you know, I mean, we've been advertising it a lot, that the village and the town shared it. We've been putting it in the photo news a lot. Another ad is going to go out in the photo news this week, I believe, promoting the rest of the movies. So it's been really successful, which is
It's a nice summer
it
thing. to
is a
do.
nice summer thing to do. Yep. Speaking of summer reading, the theme is Adventure Begins at Your Libraries, which is such a fun theme. And we already have over signups of what we had last year. Last year we had like 147 signups for the summer reading program. This year we have already over 200. So yeah, so I think there's a nice increase. Yeah, I think a little bit it goes to just being out there more in the community. I mean, the library cards in the schools definitely helped. We really pushed that. We continue to see kids coming in saying, "I got my library card in the school." So that's really nice to see as well. Museum passes are starting to get checked out more because it's summertime and people are looking for things to do, which is exciting. Around the World continues. We still have lots of participation. People are excited about it. This month is Africa. Our take and makes are already gone. They were African paper mache masks, which I thought was a nice one. Our community project is a hieroglyphic mural with a hidden message. It's in the lobby. So we're asking our patrons to take a hieroglyph and color it and then put it on the wall according to the number it relates to. And then we have the alphabet next to it, and then they have to decode the message. So yeah, so it's
Do we
cute.
get to know what the message is?
Well, not on this recording, you don't. You gotta work at it. And
Decoding word, other people's stuff for years.
there you go. All right, let's see what else we got. Our maintenance worker Rocco has retired. He worked for MFL for what, 17 years, Mary? 17 years. So we wish him well in the next chapter of his life.
We as a board need to do something.
Rocco was such a big help.
Yeah, we definitely do. I lost track of that. Offline here, we can discuss what we want to do, but definitely he was been a loyal supporter for how many, or
17.
17
Yeah.
loyal employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've posted the position and we are in the process of scheduling some interviews to replace that position. Children's furniture. So I sent you a revised request. We are trying to make children's more inviting. We're trying to offer more space, more flexible space. So what I provided you with is the red couches are not going to be red. Obviously, they're going to be blue. But those are going to be for the seating area outside of this room. And it's going to be the 2 love seats and the chair. And then for meeting room B, which is also 3 times a week teen space, we are looking to make it more inviting for the teens because it's one big table.
Yeah.
So if it's teen space, one kid comes in, maybe another teen might not feel comfortable coming into that space to use it. So
I didn't understand what you meant by that. Now I
yeah,
do.
so these tables, they come apart, they go together, they make a square, or they make like a rectangle, which is nice. And they won't be these colors. We picked different colors. It's like one of the hardwood maples. And then obviously we'll need new chairs to kind of match it. Those wooden chairs won't fit under there. So it'll make it a more flexible space for the teens, but it'll still be functional for when other people use that room. So that's for that.
That's
And
wonderful.
yeah, we're trying, I mean, you got to work with what you have, right? You have to work within your limits. If we can't give them more space all the time, how can we make the space work for them more, right?
Yeah, and I'm always conscious of the teenagers.
Right,
And usually they get stuck in the middle and don't get the
right,
same type of
exactly.
attention as
They're our
the kids. And
future.
that's right.
Yeah, right.
Ordered the armless though, right?
Armless, yes, armless. And then the last is the flexible mobile flip tables. They're nesting tables. So they'll replace those tables back there. Children's is constantly shuffling them around between here and the office, and it's definitely a fire hazard in there. And with the tables that we want to order, the 30 by 60, we'll only need 3. They nest together.
They have these in the Cornwall Library.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Yeah, I first saw them at the Tuxedo Library. That's
Yeah,
where
they-
I learned
they
that they
have-
even existed.
They also have folding chairs that stack onto a thing you can push.
Kind of like what we have. So the folding chairs that we have, it's on a rack
Oh,
that you can
okay.
push.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
these are really good tables.
yeah, yeah. So those are our asks for children. I think it'll really make a world of difference in terms of welcoming spaces and,
And you know,
No.
given, oh,
no, I didn't I excluded the taxes from those. So even though it came up, because I didn't provide the documentation, because I wasn't buying it, I was just showing you guys.
That's fine.
But the tax is not a part of the prices that I shared.
I think the important thing is, given the limited space here,
Yeah,
that we should do what you're doing, which is to make it as functional as possible.
Right.
And I mean, these tables are difficult to move around all the time. Plus, as you're saying, it's a problem back there.
Yeah.
In case of fire or anything else, but I
right.
think the flexibility factor in any type of furniture in this situation is extremely important, so I
Right.
think it's great.
When do we vote on it?
Who wants to make a motion?
I make a motion that we vote on the question of accepting the children's furniture as proposed by Amanda.
And who would like to second? Carrie seconds. Any more discussion? All those in favor? All right, it passes unanimously.
Children will be ecstatic.
All
I'm
right.
ecstatic. Thank you.
Um,
They're all different because it's 3 different vendors.
Okay.
Some said it'll ship in days, some said it'll ship in weeks, so it's gonna take time.
And what happens to the old stuff?
Terry had brought that up to me. I would like to, I don't know, I'm not sure what to do with the old furniture.
Can we sell it?
We could try to put it on Marketplace or donate it. If last ditch effort, we could donate it. We could see if there's any local daycares that are looking for tables or anything like that. I'm
How
not
about the
sure.
senior centers, or anything there that they can use?
I don't think
If
so.
that's
Those, I
too
wouldn't
small,
pass
people
those.
will
Yeah,
take
not that
people.
whole-
Yeah, no, I wouldn't pass on the
But
upholstered
like the
stuff to
table.
anybody. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
only thing that I would think of maybe either donating or trying to sell would be the table. Yeah,
Well, how about, what are you gonna do with the chairs in the teen room there?
I don't know.
See,
Probably
those are
same,
nice.
probably
Those-
same, try to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then again, last ditch effort, we can try and donate them or
And maybe.
ask another library what they want. That people do that sometimes too on the RCLS,
Yeah,
director listserv. They'll
advertise
say,
things,
you know,
yeah.
we have this for free. Anybody want it?
Daycare
Try that.
centers too.
Yeah, yeah. I think the daycares might be interested in the tables, but we'll see, because they're nice, durable, you know, if you have the space for that, you know, to keep them up all the time. So.
Do they sell things on nylon or just, no, it's just.
Mm,
I
no,
know
it's
books
mostly
and
like,
Things like that.
yeah, it's mostly like job postings and like
Yeah.
articles and webinars and stuff on nylon. Yeah. But I can, within the system, there might be someone within the system who's interested in it, you know, so, but,
And Secret Heart also has a furniture donation program
oh, okay.
for people that need furniture, and some tables and chairs might.
I mean, that
so-
could be a dining room table for somebody. I mean, it's not in terrible shape that that table and B, you know?
You know,
Chairs too.
what about the school district?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. It's probably too old for them. All of their libraries have been recently remodeled.
Really?
So they are way ahead of us in terms of furniture
Okay.
replacements and all that stuff.
Do what? They got a big budget.
They do have a big budget, yeah.
Even though we can't include furniture on the grant, would like to suggest that you take pictures of the old furniture.
Oh, yeah,
before we
for
get
sure.
rid of it.
Yeah.
Just, who knows what we could sneak into something.
Right, yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, I was only thinking of the school district because it's bought with taxpayer money.
Right,
So therefore you could,
yeah,
give
you're
it
trying to
back to-
extending it, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, their furniture is way more modern than ours. I don't think they'd want our furniture.
well,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. Yeah. The HVAC was replaced on July 9th. It was a smooth process.
Wonderful.
It was quick. There was really no impact. I mean, they were here early with the crane. Olivia was excited to watch the crane, so she got to see the crane.
I totally missed the thing.
Yeah, so that was a smooth transition, and Children's is back to being a cold tundra, which is
Nice.
the way they like
Right, yeah,
it. So all is well there, and it can be included in the construction grant because it was after July 1 that the replacement took place.
Great.
The 2024 ballot budget increase, as you know, this year we did not need to collect hundreds of signatures. We collected only in-house this year, and
Yeah, being local.
yes, we have 49 signatures. Yes, so upon the board's approval of accepting these signatures, I will submit them to the town clerk tomorrow, and then she'll review them and then submit them over to the Board of Elections.
Okay, who wants to make a motion?
That we do that? Is that what the motion is?
There's
Or do
like,
we have the whereas we have-
yeah,
Or-
I don't know if you have to say the whole thing, but I put it in there because that's the language that I got specifically
Yeah.
from the revised.
Yeah.
So it says the board must pass a resolution to accept the signature.
Yes.
All right,
That's what we do.
so. Dave makes a motion. Nikula, seconds, all in favor? Passes unanimously.
Wonderful, thank you.
And then like.
Hmm.
Make them for the thing that's gonna get voted on. Like the whole,
The whole whereas, do you have to say the whole whereas?
I wouldn't think so. Okay. Would you, Amanda?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I see them at the board meetings say the whole whereas, and sometimes they don't say the whole whereas, you know, be it resolved, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I mean, you have it on record that you
It says whereas
accepted
the
it.
endorsement of the board of trustees is required before such a question must be placed on the ballot.
How about
So
the
what do you
just,
think?
how about the now there be it resolved part? Right?
Yeah. Who's reading it?
Where's the deal?
Oh,
You got it?
No, she said she's.
I'll read it. Now therefore be it resolved that this board of trustees hereby endorses the petition presented to it and directs that the following question be voted on at the next general election of the town of Monroe. Shall the annual budget of the town of Monroe for operating budget of the Monroe Free Library be increased by $37,000 to the sum of
Yeah, $1,000,000.
$1,506,325 annually.
Great.
Okay, and it's all. We passed it already, we're good.
Okay.
cool.
Okay, the 2023 audit has started. She came, Dina came last week. Yes, last week, to get started. She was working with Mary. So that's started. The construction aid grant is, you know, I got the proposals for the projects. I'm still haven't heard back from the two other lighting companies. I'm gonna follow up again. And I did, follow up, with the one lighting company, to get some clarification on their language, because in the proposal, it was just, they had said replacement, and retrofitting, but I want a quote for a complete replacement. So, they responded that they would, send me a revised quote. So I'm waiting for that from them.
And it sounds like from reading the directions for filling out the construction grant,
Yeah,
that you have to be very exact
Yes.
and give a description of
Exactly.
exactly what they're going to do. So
yeah.
it's
Mhm.
important that we have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Excuse me.
tonight you need to,
The assurance.
the assurances, the assurance resolution. And then also Pat has to sign the assurance letters that will go to RCLS and, New York State.
Okay,
So we can't forget to do that after the meeting.
okay.
Okay,
And do we need to read out that?
I would
piece
say
on
yes.
the
I would say
assurances?
yes.
Yeah.
And then also I'm gonna need a draft copy of the minutes to send to RCLS. It doesn't have to be a board approved minutes, it just has
Right.
to be a draft. Because this has to be submitted by, August 1st, which is before our next board meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Okay,
need a draft copy of the minutes in which we approve the assurance letter.
Correct, yes.
and do we need to vote on that right now, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna
Yeah.
get the language, you have the language, right?
I,
You have it?
It's in the.
it's in the report.
The draft
Okay.
report.
So.
I'm not a board member.
So do I have to say like we resolve or something first, or just read it?
This was copied and pasted right from RCLS.
So it says.
Whatever they say, I would say.
Assurance letter resolution, the application and accompanying documents for public library construction aid to be administered in accordance with the requirements of education law thingy 273-A, as amended by chapter 148 of the laws of 2014, and Commissioners Regulations thingy 90.12 was read and duly adopted, and the conditions outlined in the RCLS assurance letter have been accepted by the Board of Trustees of the Monroe Free Library.
Okay. And
What?
That thing has to have. a
I'm sure it does.
section.
Section.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I'm just like, a thing.
I like it. I
The
like
motion,
it.
was that the motion?
That what apparently was motion.
Okay, and all,
Thingy is a technical term.
I'll
Very.
second it.
Yeah, really.
I'll second it.
so who, oh,
I think I made the motion.
all right, Susan made the motion, Diane seconds, all, any more discussion? No.
Now that we know what the thing is.
Yeah. All right. Unanimous.
Okay, good.
Oh, we're rocking
Now, is
tonight.
there a second one or DO?
No, it's just both documents. It's one resolution for both letters.
Okay.
Okay. It's not new news, it's old news, but it's part of June, so I've included it. In June, we went to Sapphire Elementary and Smith Clove Elementary and distributed 215 cards. We also conducted our summer reading information for first graders at Smith Clove, and then at Sapphire, we met with second, third, fourth, and fifth students and told them about summer reading. So that was exciting too. Collectively, we distributed 740 cards. Specifically, Monroe Free Library distributed 740 cards to Monroe Woodbury students. We look forward to next year.
That's great.
Yeah, no, very exciting. What else? There was a press release about Movies on the Lawn that got put in print on the Photo News and then also on their online. Three more things. I completed the NYLA Developing Leaders Program. I had my graduation at the end of June where we presented our capstone. And then I received my graduation certificate.
Yay.
Yeah. I have some comments. I actually have a lot of comments from our patrons. My dad loves you guys. I like your Percy Jackson books and Apollo Heroes of Olympics and a few other books. You're a good library.
It doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Always so sweet, Carmen. All the books are amazing. Miss Diane is the best. I give this library an infinity because I can get a lot of books from Adriana. The library helps me find the books I need. The staff is also very nice to me. Oh, Marilyn.
So good.
I love it. Thank you. I had a beautiful experience here. Thank you. I need more help at the computers. Could you please order more DVDs? I have watched the decrease in selection amounts over the last year, and I would appreciate the consideration. So Melanie did speak with this patron, and it's the vendor that we use. The selection is decreasing because a lot of movies are going straight to streaming, which is something
Yeah.
that we don't have. So we're gonna try to maybe order from Amazon a little more rather than from the vendor. We'll be able to get a little bit of a larger selection there. So this comment was already addressed by the time I read it. Yeah, no, she's a great patron. She comes in all the time weekly to get her TV and her DVDs. So we appreciate her business. I love the service here. Everybody is so kind. Could not have better workers. So very nice testament to our staff and their hard work. Yes. Okay, and then last but not certainly least, the Monroe Free Library was awarded the 2023 annual Children's Award.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes.
Where'd you
So
see it?
I don't remember, but I
Congratulations.
saw that.
yeah,
On the long announcement from
the
RCLS.
RCLS Weekly News thing. Yeah,
Okay.
so we received the award for children's for our Year of the Arts efforts. We submitted for both children's and adults because we did both children's and adults, and Anita from RCLS told us to just submit to both. So we did, and we were excited that we won for children's. I think it's a little more challenging to win for
I
children.
would think so.
I
Yeah.
think so, but you know,
Not much of a voice.
I love, I love the fact that we won for Year of the Arts because it was a group effort, you know, the committee guided the project the whole year,
Mhm.
but the staff, other people implemented it. So all the programmers implemented it. Circulation was constantly sharing information about what is Year of the Arts, what does it mean, you know, where can you get more information? So it was really a group effort, and I'm so excited that we're going to be recognized at the annual meeting. Yeah. Who knows? That was for that was for 2023.
Okay.
So, yeah, and it was only for half the year because 2020, Year of the Arts, straddled 2022 and 2023. So we really only submitted for 6 months worth of programming, but you know, it was definitely still like huge accomplishment.
Wow.
for
Oh,
our
yes,
staff.
definitely. Wonderful.
That
Congratulations.
again, I mean, obviously there's tons of different arts and kind of doing something new, but same theme.
I don't know. I think we're excited about the different things that we've been doing. Like we've been doing a lot of arts with around the world,
That's true.
you know, so like our crafts are really different and unique with around the world. We've been doing a lot of exciting things there. So we've still been able to incorporate the arts and not have the huge focus on it and reach different audiences. We're gonna start the process of working on our next theme for next year. So I don't know what that's gonna be yet, but we're excited to start thinking about it because I think you know, our patrons are excited about it. I think they like the monthly theme, and I think someone had said to Mike that they were already asking about what we're gonna do next because
Oh.
Around the World ends in August. August is the end, so we shall see.
Yeah.
So, and that's the director's report.
Wonderful stuff.
Bravo.
Okay, we don't have Casey, so we have no treasurer's report. And on to the standing committees. Nominating, Diane,
Why, David, did you, those two names that you
Yep.
had come up with, did you?
I come to the contact information.
So I never got it. Can you do it like right now, maybe?
I
Resend it if you have it.
I
don't
got
know
it.
where it was so long.
Right, let
Thank
me-
you. But anyway,
I'll have to. That's all.
thank you. So other than that, no, nothing else. So
Okay.
Dave will put anything in.
buildings and grounds, I guess we've covered that with the HVAC.
Anything else? I don't think so.
No, nothing else right now. Just, you know, focusing on the construction aid
Yeah.
grant.
And nothing bad has happened, like with all the rain, like's good.
No. Everything's
I
okay.
came in and through the staff entrance and I saw a newspaper on the floor and I thought, oh my God, what is that? And then I saw the paper mache around.
Yeah,
around-
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's all good. I'm interested to see what that turns into.
Oh, yeah, no, they did a Crafter Eve today, the paper mache bowls. the
Oh,
Newman
oh,
bowls.
round the balloon. Then they-
Yeah, and then they'll pop the balloon. Yeah, yeah. So no, nothing else building and ground wise.
That's
Yeah.
usually good.
Yes.
Yep.
Bylaws, Terry, do you want to,
Yeah, I can, this revised resolution was sent around to everybody about the indemnification of the Board of Trustees. And I would like to make a motion that we add it to our bylaws as presented by the attorney.
do we have a second?
I actually would like to raise a point of discussion first.
After.
But
second.
after-
Second
yeah.
for
I
discussion.
thought we had discussion.
No.
No,
it-
you
yeah,
second
it
for
has- it's
discussion.
Supposed to be in
I'll
between.
second.
Okay,
So
Netta
Terry's
seconds.
Proposing, we adopt.
Yes,
the,
the
Yeah.
resolution providing for indemnification.
Okay, Netta,
I was specifically unhappy, however, I did a deep dive on the internet. And I did in fact confirm that this is what we can get. They can't get my issues with the 2.5 are my problem. Okay, so I am in favor of adopting it now.
okay, thank you, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I thought we
Thank you.
alleviated your concerns and it was important that you be happy with it.
I'm not happy with it, but I'm
Mm.
satisfied.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
understand, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, it can't be any other way
Can't
because
get what
we,
you can't get. If it's
Yeah.
not,
No,
if they put something like that in, it won't be true and legal. So
Yeah.
that's the
and
end of
that's
it.
what Jim
That's what
said,
he
we went
said.
back and asked him and he said, can't be done. All right, so, all those in favor of
Wait,
the,
did somebody second it?
yes, Lynetta.
Oh, okay.
All those in favor of the indemnification? All right, it's unanimous, it passes.
So I'll add it in and send
Yeah.
it to everybody.
And then I should add the resolution to the minutes, right? The wording,
Yeah,
cut and paste it.
all right, bylaws, finance, we have no finance, fundraising. We started and we didn't get very far,
But did we
so.
talk about like branding items or something? Did we just, was that
We
a
s-
thing?
In a general
Started
meeting, we
even
mentioned it,
with-
right?
Yeah,
Selling. things?
we did start that conversation. Yeah, yeah.
I thought of another item that seemed appropriate to me, that would be bookends.
Mm,
I haven't seen anything like that, but,
mhm,
you know, if we found something.
Yeah,
mhm.
that would be different, I haven't seen that on anything.
Yeah,
Okay, that is unique, for sure.
Well, you know what they used to do here, they had bookends, Mary, you can speak to that, where people would put their names on
Right, they
them.
buy a
Yeah.
bookend or something, like a fundraiser.
Nice, when you go through there, you see it. and-
Only a
Yeah.
dollar.
oh, I was thinking of a
Nice.
bookend with
We could
ducks
get
on
more
it.
than
with
that.
duck feet.
You donate and
Yeah. It's a little bit of change, right?
schools and. it's nice.
That's something.
How
to
much was
explore.
it, remember?
We need to have a fundraising.
But
I
just so
thought
you
we
know,
had one
these are the
scheduled
number
at
of
one
email
point
accounts that I
online and we
use.
didn't, we never seemed to get beyond talking about
That's
this track.
so many.
Right.
It's being
I'm just
scheduled.
like crazy.
No, I
Like,
think we were,
About it.
I think we talked about it in a construction aid work, meeting that we had via Zoom, and we kind of
Yeah.
digressed
Yeah,
about fundraising, and then said, we shared a few ideas, and then we said, oh, we should have a meeting.
yeah, I think
I
you're
think
right.
that's what happened.
Who's
Okay,
gonna call the
nothing
meeting?
happened.
Who's gonna call the
Who's
meeting?
the head of that committee?
Yeah, I guess.
I believe you, you're more organized than I am, by far.
I
guess
guess
you
you
were,
were,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was easy.
So,
Okay, grants.
I, okay, go ahead.
No, well, Terry, I don't know, you know, we said before, but, Terry had obtained from her, visit to Saratoga this year, something that would help the grant committee and everything else is the, institutional profile.
Forms.
Yeah, so right now it's blank,
Mhm.
but I'd like to, start filling it in so that when you fill in forms and everybody, who uses this will have all that information about the library. their fingerprints.
And it's easy to update too.
Yeah.
Because it's in a format that's
So that's,
changeable.
that's sitting on my desk, and unfortunately, Amanda, I don't wanna add to your
It's okay.
load there.
I have a suggestion that when it's done, put a date down on the bottom
Right,
so that we don't lose track of
Yeah.
the versions. on the
right, yeah,
printed
that's
version.
fine.
That's what we do. it.
Yeah.
So much of that
you
information.
just start using
I
Yeah,
think you have,
SharePoint.
right, okay, that's fine,
so
okay.
I'll have to do that, so I
Yeah.
will start
Even
working
not
on
lose
it.
versions.
Mm-hmm.
Use SharePoint,
Printed, I said printed, on the printed version.
but if we just use our document management system, then.
Do we have SharePoint?
Yeah, we have
Yes,
SharePoint,
yeah, you
it's
have
all
one that
wrapped
you
up.
have access to,
Calendaring,
right, yeah,
all
you
that
have
stuff.
access,
So we paid for it, we should use.
yeah.
I left my umbrella in the
It's
car.
thunder.
By the time we get out.
Yeah, it'll probably stop by the time we're
Anyway,
done, yeah.
That's what it's been doing.
Okay,
So also on grants, I gave Amanda a copy of the letter that I wrote in 2020 to Senator Lucas, and it was in February of 2020, toward the end of the month, I think. So nothing ever came of it because we all know what happened in March of 2020. And I'd like to write a similar letter for the children's furniture, so for all or part of that funding. So I'll go ahead and do that and pass it by everybody before sending it out. I think
that's a great idea.
It's okay. If anybody else wants to see it, Amanda has it and I can also send it to you.
And then the Orange County Foundation, grant year is starting in terms of, I just got it yesterday, the, application, but they're very specific in what they're looking for. I'm not sure any of it really fit in.
It's usually themed, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll pass it along to, Amanda to see if she has
is that the community thing?
Yeah,
Lisa Mitchell that,
yes.
okay. I had an idea that I can talk to you about. I don't know whether it fits into their categories this year or not, because there's change, right?
Yes, and I'll send everybody a copy.
Okay.
And maybe we can get a grant committee schedule.
Excellent. When do you run last week?
Friday. No. They're leaving Saturday morning.
Oh, the in-laws? They might watch.
This is a good week
No.
for me. I just got back from Virginia last night and I'm not going anywhere for a whole week.
Mhm.
Whoopee, huh? Okay, we through with grants or we still
Yeah, we're
working?
done.
Okay. Library operating, this is where I think we should vote on the two candidates for the RCLS board. Marilyn McIntosh, as some of you know, was our previous director here in, Monroe Free Library, and she, after she retired, took a partial, position on the RCLS, term that wasn't finished, and now she's looking for a full term. So she asked me to bring her name up, and we have to put it in the minutes. There's a whole thing, I thought I had put my laptop, or not my laptop, my iPad, in my bag there to carry. Amanda, do you know that we have to do anything other than just bring her name up in nomination, and then, it has to be in the drafts, and the minutes and the draft minutes are sent to Anita Bowman.
I don't know what exactly you have to say. Did you send it in an email? What needs to be
No,
done?
Anita sent it, and I had it up, and I can't get into, I don't believe I can get into
So you're saying Anita sent it to you?
no, she sent it out in general. What you need to do.
Let me see if I can find that email.
This has to be in the draft.
Yeah,
You have here Marilyn McIntosh and Carl Gokul.
yes. And I think we would have to do that separately. I don't think I can get into workplace on this. I don't think I was successful. I can get it on the desktop and the iPad, but I don't think I can get it on here.
I don't see it popping up. It might not have, I might not have gotten that email.
Hmm. That's the one thing that I remember for sure, is that we had to put it into the minutes. So I can't see what else it would be. Here it is, Outlook. Let me see if it comes up and I can get into it. Let's see, down. Oh, here's the thing.
I just
Please
got
sign into your
vacancies.
Microsoft 36, and then it's gonna do, oh, they. This is gonna take too much time. So I will make the motion that I'm nominating Marilyn McIntosh for a position on the RCLS board of trustees. All right, so I need a second if anybody, even to discuss it.
Okay.
Okay, so Terry seconds. Any discussion?
I don't know the impact of that.
I'm
decision.
sorry,
I don't understand the impact of that decision, so,
she will be on the.
yeah, I get that, yeah, but I mean, Casey's already there, right?
Yeah, but there's, and Marilyn is already on the board.
So I just looked up, because I'm also not familiar, so I looked up like the RCLS board, and it looks like Marilyn's the president of the board right now.
Okay,
And
so,
he's one of the people here, and then Casey's over here, treasurer, and then this guy Carl is like a member.
okay.
Yeah,
And so if they don't take it, then somebody else would take those spots.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know them at all personally.
Well, I sent, Carl
I
Berkowitz's
saw.
I'm just saying, I
bio.
don't, so somebody else, I don't know what that means either.
I don't understand what you're saying, Dave.
So somebody else is gonna take it, I don't know what that means either.
Well, in other words, every county has, I believe, two representatives on the RCLS board. And Maryland would be one and Casey would be one.
Right,
And I'm not sure which county Carl Berkowitz is from.
Well, it looks like, does it depend on, that's not the case, because like, there's 4 people on here from Orange County.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
Maybe library system? No.
No, this is
No.
only RCLS, this RCLS board.
But what do you need to know in order
It just-
to?
I mean, it doesn't seem like you guys know what we're nominated on either.
Yes, we do, because the RCLS board is the governing body
Yeah, I get
for the
that,
whole
I get that,
system.
I get that.
So these people are on the
So we know
board.
Casey, but we don't know the other person.
Yeah, yes,
We know the other person,
No,
but we don't know
Carl.
anybody else, right?
Well, they,
I'm just-
Maryland.
I'm just
and
saying,
Carl.
I don't know.
well,
That's all I'm saying.
Marilyn is the previous director. You did
I
not.
get that. I get that. I don't know that, but I get that.
So do you know her previously?
No, I don't.
From
Okay.
this
It
library.
would
She was
be
the director
nice
of
if
this
Casey
library.
Okay.
was here and.
She was the
we
director of
could
Monroe Free Library
comment
for 30 some
on-
years.
On
Yeah,
how it
so,
is
but I
working.
don't know her. Okay.
But
That's
we,
all.
Well, we have
I'm just
to
saying,
find
I don't
out.
know.
I just didn't know if you knew that.
No, I mean, I've only been here 10 years, so. You
Just from the bio that,
Did you read the bio of Carl?
no, I didn't.
Well,
But I mean,
she
but I
said
mean,
it.
but
but if you're not
from our
comfortable going
but
forward.
from our conversation, it seems like that there's miscommunication to start with, so I'm
no,
just
there,
saying.
there really isn't, because,
I mean, you just admitted that you were wrong about something else. I'm just saying, I'm not.
I'm wrong about the number of how many people should be from each county. I'm wrong about
Okay,
that.
okay,
But I do know that the board members are representatives of each county.
Mhm.
And Marilyn, I know, is one of the reps from Orange County.
has she been here before?
Where?
Here in this,
We just said she was the
She was the
director
library
for
director.
like 30
yeah,
some
I get
years.
that, but have we met?
Yes.
Yes,
We have?
We
Yes.
worked with her, yes. I don't
You
know. if
have.
you have or not.
Well, I mean,
the last time she
I'm
ran,
just saying.
Yeah.
It's okay.
the last time she ran, she came and spoke with the board. The whole library board.
It may have been
But-
before your time.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
it was.
I think it
I'm
was,
just
yeah.
saying, that's
Yeah.
before my time, yeah, that's all.
Right, and Carl, his whole biography outlines exactly what he has contributed to library services locally. Different positions he's held.
Was he recommended to us by Casey or?
He asked Casey to
Okay.
bring his name to our board to nominate him. But
Yes.
Casey asked me if I would do it because Casey couldn't make the meeting.
Okay, well, I mean, I just, I don't know either one of these individuals and
Well,
you know,
then
Casey hasn't
you don't have,
presented and,
you don't have to vote for me.
okay, I'm just,
No,
yeah,
That's
that's
your
fine.
prerogative
Yeah.
as a board member.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
saying, yeah.
So,
So you can abstain.
so I nominated, you seconded. All those in favor of, we've had discussion, all those in favor of, nominating Marilyn McIntosh as a candidate for a position on the RCLS board. Okay,
One.
you're gonna,
Well, can we pass?
No.
Two abstentions?
Right now.
One.
okay,
Four.
so it's,
Okay. And
So-
opposed or abstained?
See,
one abstention?
Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm going to,
How many do you need for it to pass?
just a majority. We had a majority of the board, so it's six.
It was 61.
Yeah. And the other name is Carl Berkowitz, who is,
Like very impressive summary of the current.
yeah,
very supportive of it.
and he's been in library circles for a long time. That I know.
Why this library is aside from Casey?
You have to
Why do
get
we have
two
to-
nominations. You have to get two libraries to nominate you. So there has to be a second by another library board. So, as I said before, Carl asked Casey to bring his name to our board. And then Casey asked me, since he knew he wasn't gonna be able to make the meeting. So I'm nominating Carl Berkowitz for a position on the RCLS Board of Trustees. Any second?
I'll second.
Oh, that is seconds. All those in, any more discussion?
I like how Marilyn came here and discussed her need for her interest in the recommendation. So this Carla, just knowing that paper is a little harder to say. Sure. I have no face.
You know, face
I
yourself.
said I have no face. I have no-
Yeah, right. There is a face.
I mean,
Well,
I
that's
did
not-
read, you know, his
Yeah.
achievements and stuff. and
Yeah.
History, yeah.
Well, I have confidence in him. He's already on the board on a partial, filling a term. Until
And how's
now,
that going? Like, is he a positive member of that
Oh,
board?
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, he's been there for, as I said, in library circuits. Circles for ages. And you could see from his bio, all the different positions he's held. Any more discussion? No? All those in favor of Carl Berkowitz? Okay, so now you're Nicole, you up?
It will be 5-2.
So I'll say,
No, it won't.
well,
No,
well,
it has to be,
6.
okay. So we have 6-1, one abstention?
Extension?
Okay. All right, thank you, Nicole.
it'd be nice to have Casey here and.
right?
Yeah.
Or him here, come to us, talk to us.
Well,
Yes.
You know, I
Well,
mean, you have new
also-
board members
This
come out.
also
and
is
talk to
not
us.
our regular meeting, this is.
Get it,
our
I get it, but you know what, if
emergency
he's looking to be nominated, then he should come
well,
out and talk to us.
Right, well,
all the
the
time.
the issue's closed now.
here's the problem, David. Everybody's up against the gun because their nominations have to be in, I think, like August 6th.
Mhm.
So if we weren't having this meeting, we wouldn't be able to nominate anybody.
But he could have come here anytime before that, any one of them, and they didn't. They just assume that we're just gonna nominate them, and that's the problem.
Well, I don't know.
You get people coming in, new trustees, they need to come out and talk to us, and,
Okay, well, we can invite him to come and
Yeah.
talk,
That's a good point.
but.
I mean, right? I mean, we expect that of everybody that we nominate, whether we're individual voters or whatever. That's just what I kind of think.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, like, we're nominating people based on.
What?
What people.
Somebody
tell
else,
us with-
right, exactly, right?
And reading a bio, so I get uncomfortable with that. His bio seems fine.
Exactly.
So I did it based on
But
that.
if you're
yeah.
hiring people,
But yeah, in the future, it would be great if, or like even once he gets in there, if he could come
Right.
and maybe just talk to us.
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
Establish a relationship, that would be great. yeah.
Well, Marilyn, when I talked to her, was upset because there was not enough time between them saying that they had to have the nominations in
yeah.
and for the boards to pass them. It's not
that's
like
a planning problem on their part, not ours.
that's RCLS's problem,
That's right,
yes,
Absolutely, yeah.
not ours.
right. And we can ask Carl Berkowitz to come and speak to us. We can
But
ask.
that'd be nice anyway, and we can invite Marilyn as well, just
Yeah,
because.
yeah.
Mm.
We
Yeah,
had some
I think that's
turnover.
a good idea.
Yeah.
They can,
And I remember
Fill us
meeting
in
her,
on
but I
what-
was so new.
they
Yeah.
can fill us in on what's happening.
Excellent idea.
Yes, it's an excellent idea. We can follow up on that.
So in the future.
In the
maybe before we
future.
nominate people, we're asking for them.
Okay, so
Maybe.
we have two nominations that we've nominated two people. Okay,
And they've been voted on.
okay, all right. I lost a little bit track of things.
That's
Um, but a good discussion, an important discussion. Long range planning, Kula?
Yeah, I'm thinking, wondering if we need to do at some point, a new, like, public meeting conversation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Focus group.
Focus group, yeah.
When
That's good.
Hate me.
when Netta and I were at the construction aid grant workshop, and I was telling Stephen that eventually, we'd like to do something with the lot next to us.
Mhm.
And that we had met with 3 different architect firms and how expensive just the feasibility studies were.
Right.
He was like, that's insane. Do
Yeah.
not spend that much money.
Yeah.
So hearing it right
Right.
from him, I
Good.
think we know what we want over there. I think we have an idea of what our public wants. I don't know. I don't know if we need a feasibility study. I think we need maybe a little bit more focus groups specifically for that. Maybe we need a marketing campaign, right? Obviously, we need a firm for that and maybe plans, right? I mean, obviously we need that, but I don't know if we really need people to run a focus group for us and charge us $100,000.
No, I don't need to.
Yeah, no,
We're capable of facilitating our own discussion.
absolutely.
Right,
I mean, we did it with the long range plan,
I think that the idea of having more focus groups is a really good idea, especially with looking at the possibility of getting people involved in a friends group. Because I came to the focus group here
That's
that I
true.
volunteered to be a trustee, that can put people in touch with what we do and what we're trying to get done and how, it's another way of reaching out to the community.
Yeah.
Another aspect of this is the positive PR that we're getting through these programs. You going into the schools and making those relationships with the teachers
Yeah.
and the parents of the kids who are now getting library cards.
Yeah.
And the success of the programs that we're running, that is all building a reputation
Oh, yeah.
and making a more positive image for the library, so
Mhm.
that if we get a target date and we
Right.
feel we've got enough momentum of behind us,
Right,
then
right.
we have more of a,
Yeah.
enthusiasm and, what's the word I want?
Support for paying for it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean,
the
that's what it
whole
comes down
thing,
to,
That's what it
right?
comes down to. Like, you have to start
The
the,
engaged community member,
Right.
then they can be willing to pay for it.
Talking about those things, I would even put out to a focus group their suggestions for fundraising. Things that-
Yeah.
things that
Yeah.
keep
interesting.
interested in
And
Right.
pick names.
asking to open their pocketbooks.
Yeah, but I
A great
think,
idea. When can you start?
I think it's hard for us to get a momentum up when we don't have any kind of a target date or.
Mhm.
Plan.
Well, so the end goal of the long range plan is to have a plan. That's the end of the long range plan wasn't to build a building, wasn't to start the project. It was to have a solid plan of what we want to do with next door.
Right.
So we have two years to hopefully figure out a
Mhm.
plan,
To nail it.
you know?
Up with it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that involves, I hope the end product of that is like actual, like, architect drawings and stuff like that, like a plan, you
Yeah.
know?
There's a big piece of-
RFPs, we can put out RFPs.
Right, exactly, right.
What was that, Terry?
RFPs.
We could
Request
put
for
out
proposals.
RFPs, request for
Somebody had mentioned
proposals.
that.
Yeah.
Talking to somebody.
Those you don't pay for. Right?
You don't pay for an RFP.
No,
No.
Construction.
Money wise, I mean, where are we looking? What is our budget for getting these plans?
Mhm.
Talking about that. how do we know our budget?
Right, well, part of the
Well, you
long
gotta
range
have a plan
plan,
for you.
part of the long range plan was also to develop that budget
Yeah.
and look
Yeah.
at that budget and start to try to future plan. Like, how can we afford it? What
Yeah.
what are our money avenues? What are the streams that we
Right.
can pour into that, you know?
The other building is gonna be.
Of course,
like,
millions,
Yeah,
millions,
yeah, couple
Right.
$1 million.
Yeah.
It's a big project and
It
it's
is.
scary.
It is, right?
Well, and you
It's
have
really
to,
big.
you have to build in an automatic, increase for overruns and,
But we gotta, we
Inflation.
need to include is what's the community need? What do they want?
That's
Right.
why we're back at the focus.
No.
group.
right,
That's why
that's why
we're
we're back to
talking
the
about a
focus
focus group.
groups,
Yeah.
yeah.
We did good, I feel like, with the focus groups, like towards the end of summer.
Yeah.
beginning Of the fall.
Yeah, and I think also when I attended the villages, probably 2 years ago now, their comprehensive plan focus groups, a lot of them talked about spaces for cultural things and art things, and there's nothing like that over here. So a lot of that
Yeah,
feedback
It's really good.
could support,
Good
you know,
culture.
what we are looking to do next door. It would tie into that need.
well, and you know, the Cornwall Library, again,
Mhm.
they have a very large conference room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
Budget.
they have art in there from
Yeah.
different local
yes,
artists.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's.
Well, I think that would be one of the
We
things
don't
I
have
would
the
like.
means to do that.
That would be one of the things I would like to do is make that space a flexible space where we could have a limited art gallery. Where we can get like the partitions where people could hang their art and we could do the art show and whatever, but
Concerts.
still concerts, but still use the space for programming and, you know, and that
That's
kind
the
of thing.
thing
Is there
that
anything-
this community is lacking.
Yeah,
Is a community space in the
Yeah.
middle of the town.
yeah, yeah,
Is there something that we can look at the local, school districts and find out what they feel like they're lacking because they don't have enough money? They're focusing the money on big bang stuff like
Right.
STEM.
yeah.
Is there stuff that they would like to be able to fulfill if they had a bigger budget
Their budget is
that
big.
we can then, what's that?
I think their budget is huge. I don't think
Well,
it's a
but yeah,
money
but no matter
issue.
what, no, they still are limited, it's education, they're still limited by budget. I mean, we struggle to get things passed, even with our school district, so. Are there things that they wish they could fulfill, that they see that our community could provide,
Right,
that we can fill a gap?
right,
Focus groups.
right, yeah.
You know, I mean, cause
Invite
it's
them.
the
We
same.
can have a focus group where we invite them, or just even have a conversation where we talk with them and say, listen, we're looking to fill a community need. If you had to give us examples of what you're seeing that our community needs,
I think
you know.
They have a
great
bigger
idea.
budget,
Yeah,
so they
right.
also have they have a
Yeah.
bigger insight into what the community
yeah,
they would like to fulfill, but they can't.
right, right.
Cause they put, I mean, they can't even get,
Sometimes
they can't even get air conditioning and we got
Yeah.
air conditioning, right?
I think sometimes it's also things that they notice that are out of the scope of what they
Well,
can
yeah,
focus
yeah,
on, but it
but
might
maybe
fit
we
within
could-
our scope. Right,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we're definitely building inroads with them, so I don't think
mean,
that
it's
would be
insight.
out of the realm of
Yeah.
possibility.
It's insight much greater than just this room,
Oh, yeah, no,
Right.
of course, it's,
you know,
well, yeah, when you do that, you definitely want to reach out to different
partnerships.
audiences. I mean, this time around, I'd love to do a focus group with elected officials in Monroe. Ask
Yeah.
them what they're hearing, what they're
Yeah.
seeing, what they're experiencing, you know, that kind
I
of thing.
think that's wise.
Yeah. so-
They've been invited, they haven't participated. They
What's that?
haven't-
Yeah, of
they
course
have
they've been invited, yeah.
they just Don't participate.
Yeah, so, but,
We have to.
Summer's a
keep
hard
track.
time, but next week I'm around. Maybe I
Mhm.
could- maybe we could talk next week before things get crazy again.
Yep.
As
Yeah,
a-
yeah.
As a committee,
Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday,
yeah.
Tuesdays were not good for you, or?
It's different in the
calendar.
summer. It's different in the summer, so, yeah, I mean, I'm a little more flexible and, yeah. Okay.
Can I add something, just because I was on the, involved with the last building project? I think, that we need to decide whether it's going to be a building next door, an
Right, that's
extension,
true.
is it going to be a phased, project? And then you present that to the focus.
But I
groups
think,
instead of just
coming
like-
down to what we're trying to target,
Right.
Mhm.
what we
Right.
need,
Well, that's what we
will
did last-
determine whether it's
Yeah.
gonna be like another building or an
Right.
extension, or
The
You know,
concern was
and-
with additional building security issues, staffing.
There's all kinds of stuff, right?
Well,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, well, of course, it's gonna increase everything. I mean, I think
Insurance, all that, everything. but
Yeah.
Very big undertaking.
it is a big,
Going
yeah,
back to what we need, what
right,
does the community need?
right,
So if we engage other groups
Right.
that we haven't engaged before,
yeah,
it might give us a better insight into what we really need.
Focus groups.
yeah,
I think before we built this, we had less than 100, we had less than 100 people contributed ideas. Maybe around 70, and that's the whole community.
Hmm.
And that was focus groups and there was a professional marketing group that was involved. You know, you can't make people attend things and, you know, that's the whole thing.
I don't think
That
that
was
would,
a long time ago, and now we have
yeah,
a lot more going on, a lot more exposure.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think it's worth trying again.
I think so
Sure is.
too. Yeah, I think also,
Well,
I think
I'm not
as a,
saying not to do.
You've been,
I'm not
had a
saying-
lot of success working with the town.
Mhm,
And I think if you put this to the town and when we're ready to start the focus groups.
Yeah.
They've included in their missive or whatever it is,
mhm,
that might help as well, that we're, you know, that support could help.
yeah, I think so.
We've-
Yeah.
We've engaged them before though, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
trying to include
yeah, yeah.
other groups that we haven't engaged before.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not talking about engaging them, I'm talking about getting them to help us promote it.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no,
well,
that's easy,
yeah.
that's a simple one, they've
Yeah.
already done that for us before.
Yeah.
They'll
They
do it
wanna be
again,
the
but I
talking
want
piece.
them
Yeah.
to, right, yeah,
They
I
wanna
would
be the
love them to
talking piece. They
engage
wanna be out
though.
front. They
Yeah,
want to be promoted, of course. That's what Tony
Yeah.
and all them love to do.
Yeah.
so.
but
That's
I
an easy
think,
one.
I think that even if it's not them coming to a focus group and it's just a discussion where we're asking them the questions we would ask in a focus group, you know, similar to along the lines of, you know, what are the needs that you're seeing that you can't fulfill right now? You know, I mean, back to what Dave was kind of saying earlier, I think those types of responses would be helpful because
Yeah.
they're probably getting a lot of feedback from the community that, you know, maybe they're not sharing or they can't do anything with it just
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So that might be helpful, but I think also we need to have a vision of what we'd like to see,
Yes.
Yeah,
you know, I
that's what
think
was saying,
we
yeah.
need to have a
You can't
vision.
sell a vision if you haven't got one.
Right, I think
Yeah.
we need to, we need to focus on what we wanna do, how we wanna present it.
And you also, you can have different focus groups over time, like you can have initial focus
Right.
groups, which are
Different things.
designed to help you get ideas.
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
Right,
that-
yeah, right.
Right, you look for that, yeah,
Yeah, and you can have like focus groups that are, like, when I used to do it in marketing, it would be like for specific, people types, is what I'll
Yes.
call it, so like you
Yeah.
have a focus, in this case, it might be a focus group of religious leaders here, it might be a focus group of people in government, it might be a
Right.
focus group of small business owners, and then, you know, like, and then of actual, like, regular people.
yes, yes,
But that way you can get like multiple different,
yeah,
Perspectives.
yeah,
that-
yeah, I've
that's
done
really
that
good.
before.
The more encompassing,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
what
I-
community needs. because-
yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't think it's about like having 700 people participate in this. I think it's
No.
having
Diverse,
smaller groups.
right,
the right
diverse
people.
people, right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Stakeholders.
diverse stakeholders, yeah, I
Right,
agree,
right.
yeah,
I think this really is a discussion that needs to be taken out of a board meeting
Right.
and,
Yep.
yeah.
you know, dissected, put together,
Mhm.
rather than kind of spinning our wheels right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
although all these suggestions are good ones.
Are you proposing?
We need a list.
Well,
Tuesday or Wednesday, and put it in your calendar.
Put it on the Calendar.
What time?
What day?
You wanna do a Zoom or you wanna do it in person?
Yeah.
Mark
Either
put
day
a
is fine
couple
for
of
me.
Dates out there, unless everybody's pretty
Days,
sure what.
days are probably
Tuesday or
better.
Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Tuesday or
The
Wednesday.
23rd or the
then
24th,
I think
yeah.
Wednesday.
A night, you're saying.
Right.
Or later on, yeah, so more people could participate.
I think Wednesdays.
I-
Tuesdays, that's my guy.
All right, we have to get you on the long range planning then, Dave. I don't think you're on that committee.
Hmm. What?
What? I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
You're on
I am, yeah.
fundraising.
Yes, yes,
Everyone's
yes,
on
right.
fundraising.
Everyone's on the fundraising committee.
No, no, no.
Be careful, we'll make you the
That's
chairman.
I sent that email, I said, but you know, what,
Wednesday is
well, I was.
I'm good Wednesday.
Well,
I mean, Tuesday's fine for me too, but
Tuesday.
what's different?
I had phone number,
Said Wednesday.
email address,
Wednesday?
Did you say Wednesday? Did you say Wednesday?
I can do Wednesday,
You can do Wednesday.
Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays, my tie,
Not good.
I'm not
Is it
sure
how it goes?
about Wednesday,
my tie.
but
Is that a martial arts?
I'll put it in
Yeah.
the email.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Okay,
you love-
next, public relations, period,
Nothing.
okay. So I guess that brings us down to professional development. Has anybody taken any courses?
They just sent an email out saying that the courses would start up again.
Yeah, I can,
Yeah. That was from Anita, right?
Mhm.
I think I took a couple of courses. She had me down for one, but I think I took two others.
Hmm.
That weren't recorded.
I didn't finish one.
What?
I went back on it and looked, I got like 2/3 through it.
Oh,
You
yeah?
did
Too early on. Yeah.
in 2024
Yeah, January,
and you did on Niche Academy?
is the other one.
Well, I don't know.
It must be, yeah,
Did the other.
I'll put it in the email for you, because I have it written down.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it should have generated a thing to RCLS that you completed it, and Anita sent me a list and I didn't, your name wasn't on the list. So if you have a certification, like a certificate,
Yeah.
then you could just forward that to me just so that I have a record that you did that.
I
Okay.
don't think I got anything. I did the
I didn't-
sustainable libraries. It
Yeah.
must have been in February
Oh,
because
okay.
it was in Florida.
All right, I'll follow up.
And I
with-
feel like I'm out of it, but do we have to redo the sexual harassment?
Every year.
Every
Every year,
Year,
So what calendar year are we talking about?
2024,
this year.
2024,
And it's January to January.
yeah,
Okay.
January to December.
Okay,
So
so,
you want the Niche Academy.
Yeah.
John sent me-
so any,
sent me the- some of the
old
classes.
business?
John
I
sent me
just wanted to
some
mention
classes.
that, we
Yeah.
participated in fishing derby, the village, or the Lions Club. The library provided the book, the worms, we say, we have like a little bookworm and then kids come over and I give them a calendar for the library and talk about summer reading program. So we had more than 20 kids this year, which is probably almost double what we had last year. And it was a lot of fun and, I think it was a 5-year-old girl, she caught a 14-inch bass.
Oh,
Wow.
And in the 4th, 5th, and 6th group, it was all little girls, and they caught like 20, 30 fish.
Wow.
So they catch and release, but, and that was very successful for the library, I talked about the library and advocated for us, so.
That's nice.
With outreach.
It's a fun project.
Fishing derby.
Okay, new
Great.
business? All right, good and welfare.
I'm
Nobody's
good.
having a baby?
My son and his
Not
wife
me.
just had their third child, June
Congrats.
23rd, down in Alexandria, Virginia. So, yeah, we did have the first
Yeah.
and then down, they at the same time bought a new house. So they're like,
What's
Oh,
the
wow.
baby?
Three.
the baby boy, he's a
Uh-huh.
baby
Oh.
boy, and he's got, now they have 3 children under 3.
Wow.
Oh, God love him.
These are-
There you
And
go.
moving.
There you go.
Jeez.
Girl, and
And what's the baby's name?
Andrew.
Oh, it's a
How far they
lovely
moved?
name.
Oh, they moved like 7 blocks away. They
Oh,
stayed with
okay.
them, but they got a
It
bigger
doesn't
house.
matter. I
Still.
moved from
Well, yeah, I know.
downstairs to upstairs.
Yeah, but when you
I
go
thought
from
it was gonna
state
be
to state,
easy. It was the
it's
worst move I ever made.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're still living out of boxes. See.
Yeah.
Well, with
I
three
love 'em.
little ones, yeah, they're.
how old are the twins?
They were 2 in February.
Jeez, oh, gosh, twins.
But it's a single in this time, so.
Start off with twins,
Piece of
like kids
cake.
and
Right,
twins.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, this one's like, what's one more?
What's one?
Right, yeah.
Kept going, didn't it?
I don't know,
Oh.
what's one more is one more.
All right, can we have a call for adjournment? Anybody like to make a motion?
I will do that.
All right, a second?
Second.
Nicole, a second, all in favor?
We're all done
We're
talking?
done.
Yep.
All right, wait.
Okay, all right. You wanna talk some more? No.
All right, and all in favor? All right, unanimous. All right, good meeting. I think we covered everything, Amanda.
Yeah,
I hope we
we're
didn't miss
good.
anything, right?
Nope.